All right. We are live. I'll join you in, make sure everything's going well. And our timer, we are right on time. Nice job. I don't want to high five for that one. Oh wait, I'm not in here. All right, we're doing some camera stuff, but that's okay. Give me 1 sec to back out on that.
Yeah, no worries. And I can jump right in while you work on that if you want.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We have an awesome half-hour plan for everybody. First, we're going to show you a couple of the new plant arrivals at the shop that are just beautiful. And then we're going to talk about the star of the show, which I have here in front of me, the Monstera Burle Marx Flame. She's beautiful. Then we're going to do a project of repotting her. Oh, it's okay. We're going to do a project of repotting her, and we have a couple different soil mixes that we're going to put her in, and we're going to discuss how we built those mixes and why we chose the mixes that we did for this very special Monstera plant. And then lastly,
which no one knows anything about.
No one knows anything about, which will be part of what we talk about. And then lastly, we will just do a quick highlight of our employee of the week. And Matt and I are the only two humans that work here, and it's not one of us.
So, as a team of two, yeah, we have a lot of team members in here, as you can see, ranging from fish to plants to worms. So that's gonna be a real fun part.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited for that to be a weekly update. And we're gonna aim to do this every Thursday at 10:30. We will garden live with you and of course take any questions or comments that you have on what we're doing or what your plants are doing. So, all right, let's jump right into it. Our plant highlight. Do you wanna follow me over to the
switch over to the
table?
iPhone.
So the first one that we're gonna do is an alocasia variety, which used to be fairly uncommon to find, but I feel like it's not anymore, and I'm thrilled about this because it's one of my favorite alocasias. It's Alocasia amazonica, which is this guy over here. I mean, look at this beauty. We got her into the shop last week, and like all of our plants, we repot them in our custom soil mixes, and we feed them exclusively water from our freshwater fish tanks, which helps give them a really nice, gentle nutrient mix, especially when they first arrive. And this guy's just gorgeous, and I like highlighting her for Halloween because she's kind of spooky looking, and she has these really cool dark undersides of her leaves. She's just such a cool alocasia. I love her.
The underside. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like
Can you pick one up and bring it over?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, make sure we get the good shot on.
I mean, what a cool plant.
I love this one. There's something about, and it's almost like you can't even tell looking at it, but it's got this sheen to it that is just beautiful.
Yes.
Like even it's striking, and next to other greens, it's got a bluish hue to it. It's really pretty.
Really
Hardy
pretty.
looking too.
All right, my other favorite plant of the week is the Pink Princess Philodendron. I am crazy for all philodendron species, but the Pink Princess is definitely one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, even like, look at this one. Look at the variegation there. Like half of that entire leaf is pink with the green. They're just gorgeous.
It's really neat. It seems like there's, and this one's got a little bit different of a pattern, you were telling me.
Yeah, so this is a Marble Galaxy Pink Princess, and it's got this kind of really cool, you know, almost starry pattern on it of, you know, pink dots in this green sky. Which I just love. And what's really neat about philodendrons, we do a lot of our own propagation here using aquaponics, and they thrive in that. You can take cuttings of the philodendrons. You actually doesn't even need to have a leaf on it. You can just lay it right in moist soil, and it'll kind of just send roots out from a node, as long as you have a node there that has the ability to produce a root. So I just always love plants that I can make more of, especially when they're as beautiful as this. I mean, I think
we gotta skip to it.
This
is the sort of attention.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't get up all the time. This is Tellie, and she is our employee of the week, and I think she knew, which is why she came over. She is 16 years old. Matt and I have had her all 16 years of her life, and you know, she's one of the world.
Like 2 weeks. Or
yeah,
right now.
she was 12 weeks old. Yes. We got her from the Boulder Humane Society when we lived out in Colorado, and she comes to work with us every day, and she's just one of the world's best dogs. We named her after Tellie out in Colorado, and she's just the best. So she's our employee of the week. And as you can see, her very jealous puppy brother, Sunny, is coming over to say hello, also wishing he got a spotlight. Maybe your chance is coming. Maybe your chance is coming.
Gotta earn it. 10 years of service from Tellie.
Oh my gosh. All right. So here, let me unclip this. Is it still on the iPhone?
Oh yeah, I switched to ops.
Oh, I had no idea.
Just,
okay,
no,
great.
I just did as you asked that.
Oh, perfect. Here you go. I can't do this.
So,
all right.
and pardon us, by the way, we've live streamed before, but this is the first time just us two with this format. So give us a few episodes to get things figured out.
We'll do the best we can, and feel free to chime in with any comments or questions. Matt's doing a great job of managing the live stream, so he'll be sure to shout those out and help me answer them. Okay, so let's get to the task at hand, repotting this gorgeous Monstera Burle Marx Flame. Before I repot her, just wanted to give a bit of a species spotlight on this plant. And this was actually a really fun one to do some additional research on because it is so mysterious. Up until about 10 years ago, it was actually a very rare plant to find in a collection, but tissue culture has made it less rare, which is great. These are oh, go ahead.
It's so weird. Can I chime in on it?
Please.
There's no scientific research on it, to the point where, from what I was reading, it was like, I was just trying to find out, like, all right, like, let's start with what its genus and species is.
Give me a scientific name.
It's a Monstera. Is it a hybrid? What's Burle Marx was a big plant collector. Roberto.
Yep.
Burle, we're not sure even of that pronunciation. That part we could definitely figure out with a little effort, but didn't. But anyways, this gentleman was a really world-renowned, plant collector, not necessarily botanist, which is why there isn't like formal scientific information on it. And there's really only a common name for it, the Burle Marx, and they're not sure if it's a Monstera cross or species. And I was saying to you, it's interesting because it shows there's just so much biodiversity in the Amazon rainforest that we're like, is this its own species? Is this a monster? You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. There's no genetic.
Yeah, some people think it's a hybrid between, or a cross between a Monstera and a philodendron. Some people think it's its own species that exists in the wild and we just don't know where it was collected from. But it is named after
It could be endangered in the wild for all we know. Or extinct in the wild. We don't. It'll need some scientific research, probably DNA analysis, I'm assuming. Someday.
So this is a juvenile plant, so the leaves don't have any fenestrations yet, but new leaves, as it gets larger, will, and they have this gorgeous flame-like.
Hence the name.
Yes, large holes, thin green structure holding those holes together. It's just beautiful. And it can grow to be up to 6 feet tall. So like any Monstera, it'll continue to grow, send out air roots, and vine up, which will be really good. It's just gonna be beautiful. I'm so excited to have these available at the shop. So today's project is to repot these guys, and we're gonna do it in a few different ways. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna repot 2 of them in 2 different soil mixes. One is our custom, in a 2-gallon pots. One will go in our custom soil mix, which is cocoa, a quality organic potting mix, and biochar. And we'll talk about why we made that mix for this plant. And the second will be just a really high quality pre-mixed organic indoor house plant soil. And we'll do one of each just to kind of show you guys the differences. And then the other 2 are gonna go into these gorgeous 5-gallon tall pots. Now, you may have heard, oh my gosh, you never wanna plant a plant like this in such a large pot. The reason for that is that large pots can hold more moisture, which are at higher risk for root rot, especially in plants that don't like to sit in a high moisture environment. The flip side of that is the larger your pot, the more room for the roots to grow the more food available for those roots to go and get, and therefore the larger that your plant can grow, and the faster that it can get to those larger sizes. So we've got a hack that's going to allow us to maintain lots of drainage and aeration within the soil mix, while also giving lots of room for this plant to just explode its root structure in this giant 5-gallon pot. All right, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start with our custom mix. This is a 2-gallon pot, so you can see I'm jumping up a pretty good size, but I hate repotting plants often because they, all plants are, actually maybe not all, but all plants I've ever heard of go through transplant shock, where they have a period of time where they kind of freeze, they halt growth, they'll sometimes drop leaves anytime that you transplant them and disrupt those roots. So I try to do that as little as possible while being sure that I have the right drainage for my smaller plants so that we don't get root rot. So I'm gonna go from this, I'd say about a 1/2-gallon pot to this 2-gallon pot. So it's a pretty big jump up, but I think it's gonna be all right. And I'm gonna tell you what kind of soil I'm gonna use that we made. Actually, Matt, you wanna go ahead?
Ooh, beautiful. So this is, we took a traditional high quality potting soil. I believe this was Bar Harbor or Roots Original, Bar Harbor, right?
Yep.
So you can use any, high quality potting soil mix, but typically that's gonna be a little rich for a lot of houseplants.
Yep.
Particularly, it seems like Monstera really seeing the one over the aquaponics system made me realize it wants dilute but plentiful exposure to nutrients, almost like lots of room. So we diluted that. We took the Bar Harbor and cut it in half with cocoa, which is awesome at holding a lot of water but maintaining aeration. And then to increase aeration further, we added a bunch of biochar, and it's probably like what? 1 part biochar and then 5 parts each of soil and 5 parts of cocoa.
Yeah. So biochar we're going to use kind of as another way to improve the structure of the soil and to allow for quick drainage. This biochar is really chunky, so it'll allow kind of larger, coarser texture, similar like a chunky perlite would, so that there aren't zones in the soil that can compress. When you use a high quality potting soil, they'll often be peat-based, which is great for moisture retention, but not great if you want drainage. So when you cut it with something like biochar or perlite, or even like leca balls, then you're going to adding drainage. I'll say,
and to me, I think these guys, more and more, they remind me almost of leca. I've almost used them interchangeably. We did giant flood tables where typically you would use leca or hydroton or expanded clay, whatever you want to call it. We have a bag of, in case you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the expanded clay balls.
This stuff. Let's see.
Here, I'll do it.
Yeah, there we go. Man's bear, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
here, they want me to, let me switch to the iPhone. Let me
all right.
give you guys, let's really take it in close and show you guys what we're talking about. Okay, so this right here is leca.
Expanded clay.
And you can see when it gets wet, it'll turn darker. It holds a little bit of water, but also, inevitably, there's gonna be spacing between these pebbles, right, in a pile, right? So here's a big basket of them, for instance, and you can see, there's gonna be tons of aeration. This will pack a little tighter and flatter, but still kind of has big chunky aeration to it. The big difference though to me, back to the obs, is that when you're using the biochar, it has pretty significant chemical properties. It literally, pardon me, it has what's called a high cation exchange capacity, meaning it's like a battery for fertilizer, so it can hold on to stuff if there's too much or too little, and then it kind of releases as needed and the plant can interact with it, and high microbial interactions with it, but really cool. So
my favorite biochar factoid is that a gram of biochar, which is, is about that much, this little handful here, has an equivalent surface area of anywhere from a volleyball court to a ½ acre of land. So
crazy.
That's how many little holes are in here, and that porous structure hold microbes, which are essential for plant growth and plant health, as well as moisture and nutrients. So
and tiny little
really
pockets
cool
everywhere too, or whatever, and so even this, I will say, this is for a Monstera, this feels a little heavy. I will say, if I were holding this and I knew it was peat, I'd be more concerned, because one of the big differences, peat and cocoa, they're almost talked about and used interchangeably, but they're really, really different. heat over time will compress and squish, right? Cocoa's cool. It just re-expands itself. It really doesn't compress much over time.
Right.
And because of that, so I worry like in something like this, right? If we're filling up this pot, let's say over time, it's some big drainage holes in this guy. Big drainage holes.
Yeah, we're using pots with drainage. That's key.
Here, you want to show?
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
And then we'd probably fill it but halfway. But I'm not too worried. If this was pure peat, and there is peat in the Bar Harbor, I'd be worried a lot more. But that's good. You know, yeah. Should I bring the camera over?
Yeah. Do you want to do that, or
Here,
you can do the iPhone, whatever
I'm gonna
you
get
think.
us set up for 6. Oh my gosh. Well, we should do something now because it takes a couple minutes.
Yes.
So, you might know. Did you talk about how we're gonna be planting into 5 gallons?
I did. Yep. Yeah.
So we're gonna build an aeration layer for below that so it doesn't get too wet. Let me switch to the iPhone. Boom. All right, and so in here, and this is amazing, and I actually really, so we are expecting this one brick of cocoa to absorb up to 15 gallons of water, which is why we're gonna just do this right now. But this is chunky cocoa, which is really cool. It is going to get a little bit better for aeration than your traditional cocoa, which would be like fine haired. And we're gonna mix this with the leca to basically create a bottom layer for those 5 gallon pots. Now, why do one versus the other? Oh, I was like, just how the camera I thought was, I thought the camera was doing that on its own, like some AI stuff, but it was actually just falling off. Anyways, I personally think, and this will be interesting, a lot of people pot Monstera and whatnot in fairly small pots, you know, worried about root rot. I believe that, especially after seeing it grow, it wants to stretch out a lot. And I've had a lot of experiences where, maybe with respect to the obs, I've had a lot of experiences where I put 2 plants next to each other in similar sized containers, and the one in the larger container, they both will look great, but I've done like veggie plants and whatnot, where one will be in like, let's say a 5 gallon, the other one will be a 20, and they'll both look great. But after time, that 20 gallon will be so much bigger. And so my hunch is the ones in the 5 gallon will do much better if we give them, you know, adequate aeration.
Yeah.
They'll just explode, and especially seeing that guy over there.
Yeah.
You know?
So the bottom, it's brilliant. The bottom half of these huge pots are going to be half cocoa and hydrogen, half cocoa, half hydrogen, and then the top will be our soil mixture layers, whether it's the bag version or the version that we made ourselves. Oh, cool. Awesome. Switch to this guy. Great.
So look at it expands. Unbelievable how quickly it can do this.
Yeah, so this is going to expand to 2 cubic feet, which is a large bag. Oh, yeah, look at this. Which is a large bag of soil that you might buy. And as you can see, as Matt said, we chose the chunkier cocoa core, often called cocoa chips. And this will also help us with that aeration. Cocoa is amazing. It can hold 10 times its weight in water. And you're watching it do that right now as it begins to expand.
Now, my prediction is 10. Because it's chunkier, I don't think it's going to hold quite as much. So I think I'm glad you didn't add that last guy. Yeah. And by the way, did you tell people where this water's coming from?
I was going to say.
I do feel like this is cheating a little for us. Like, we are very lucky in that we have all these fish tanks because the plants just absolutely love it. So this is from the pond over here. Should I show them?
Yeah, go show them the pond. So this is our plecoponic system. The pond is home to 3 huge plecostomus algae eaters. And their waste that they produce in this water comes in the form of ammonia. Microbes, bacteria work on that ammonia and turn it into nitrate, and then nitrogen, which is then available for the plants. So we get this ready-made, gentle fertilizer that we soak all of our media in.
And this has become my new favorite. So this we automatically pump to either side to these flood tables, and it's awesome. These tables will put plants in soil that'll just bottom water continuously. I've been using this. This has become my favorite propagation system. I just throw clippings in here and they totally take, like, let's see, anything interesting. Like, look at this guy. I remember throwing this one in, doing great. Over there, over here, all these different varieties. And I literally, the umbrella tree, I believe, I was struggling to clone it in cocoa and like had a failed, sorry, let me switch the obs. I had a failed a failed clone on one of them, and then I noticed in that flood table that there were a branch had fallen off and had taken off. So that was pretty amazing. All right, so how's it going down there, Manny?
We're done.
We're done?
I think we got it. The green things that you see in here are duckweed, and they will die and break down and also provide a little source of food. They're really tiny little plants, so they're no problem either if you happen to notice these green things floating on the top of the water I took out of the plecoponics. All right, I think this is good. I actually might add a little bit more. Look at that.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit. Not this whole thing. Getting my workout today. But a couple dry pockets. All right. Awesome. Okay, great. Let's get to potting. All right, so Matt already.
Whoop. Sorry, one sec.
No worries. And you know what? I'm actually gonna mix a little bit more biochar in, just for extra drainage. Just a little bit. All right, is it working? We good?
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, we're gonna take the plant out of here without damaging the roots. You can see that there's already one root coming out the bottom, which is great. It means that she is ready to be repotted. Oh yeah, look, can they see this, Matt?
Yeah.
I don't think
so. Oh,
wait,
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I want to make sure they can see this huge, oh, maybe they can.
There we go.
A huge root. You can kind of see this, oh yeah, no, definitely, oh good. So you can kind of see this huge root beginning to wrap around the whole bottom of the pot. And this is what leads to plants being root bound. So this was good that we're repotting her. She's ready. It's not in a dire situation by any means, but definitely starting to get crowded. So when I have a single plant, I'm not breaking up, say, multiple plants within a pot. I try to disturb the roots as little as possible to lessen that transplant shock, to make as little transplant shock as possible. So I'm not gonna dig into this. I'm not gonna free the roots. I'm not gonna wash the roots. I'm literally just, I got it out of its original pot. I'm gonna just take it. I don't know if you can see this.
Here, you want me to switch to the iPhone?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put it in so you can see.
Oh, those are beautiful. This
know.
is great. And this is,
You got it.
this is where you really get to find, this is looking under the hood for a plant.
Yeah, so you can see this, look at her starting to wrap around. So this is good. Before she comes back on herself, completes a circle and comes back on herself, that's when you get root rot, when roots are on top of each other and they don't have a significant sufficient airflow. So that won't be happening to this beauty. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put her in. She looks great. You always want to try to have the crown of your plant at the top of the pot. So Matt filled this perfectly. I'm gonna add a little bit more biochar. Whoop, hold on. Here we go. Through this mix and just filling along the sides. Easy peasy. Now, keep in mind, because we have some potting mix in this mixture that we've made, I do not need to fertilize this plant. That potting mix has some worm castings. I believe it has some kelp meal. It has some great organic food, which is plenty. And in addition, every time this plant is watered here at Gardin, it'll be watered with water from the fish tank. So that'll be another source of gentle nutrients. So I suspect this plant won't need to be fertilized for a very long time. With that being said, I'll keep my eye out. If I see yellowing on the leaves, not as rich of green as I expect to see, that means she's running out of food and I'll go ahead and get her some, but I don't think that's gonna be for a really long time. Okay, one done. Boom, she's looking great. All right, now we're gonna do one, the same 2-gallon pot, and we're gonna do it with this really awesome Coast of Maine. They don't sponsor us or anything. It's just something that we actually use and sell at the shop.
And relatively local.
And local, yeah, they're from Maine and we're south of Boston. So this is their indoor houseplant mix. It's cocoa, perlite, and aged bark. the perlite and the aged bark is adding that chunkiness, that porosity. Show you guys what it looks like. I don't know if they can see. You're doing the iPhone. Nice. Yeah. You are my favorite cameraman.
Pretty
favorite.
Get it. I'm working on it.
You're doing great.
Episode 1.
So we'll pour this in. Yeah, I think it's going to be the whole pot. Just about. Okay. Okay, look. So yeah, you can see these aged bark. This is literally to help deter compaction, as well as the fact that this is a cocoa-based soil. But one thing that is not in this soil mixture is food. All right, Matt, did you want to get a shot of this?
Yes.
This roots. This one actually isn't as wrapping as the other one.
Yeah. Let's do it. Ready?
These roots look very healthy. Root rot, you'll see the roots, certain roots will be discolored. They'll actually often be a smell associated with them rather than being kind of like stiff. They'll be like, you know, mushy. You know, think of like rotting fruit. It's literally, you know, rotting. So these roots look fabulous. They don't have any of that. And now they've got lots of room to go and get food. So I'll line that guy up. So what is missing in this soil mix is food. Because there isn't kelp meal or worm castings, this is what's known as an inert media, meaning that it's just a structure to hold the roots and to hold the moisture, but not to provide any food. So, unlike the plant that I just did, this one will need food sooner. However, because as Matt said, we have the cheat code of we feed with our fish tanks, our freshwater fish tanks, that's all it's gonna need for a while. There's plenty of nutrients in that fish tank water that I'll just keep an eye on her. I'll just water her with the fish tank water, and then I suspect that if she does need more food sooner, I'll add a very gentle either grow or all-purpose fertilizer, probably at half whatever the recommended rate is, just to be really careful with her. Anything else you'd add there, Matt?
No, that's good.
Okay, cool. All right, these next two are gonna go in our giant 5-gallon pots. I am so excited. Okay, so as we mentioned, the main thing is we have to keep drainage on the bottom so that nothing gets soggy. And so, all right, yeah, it's following. Is it following me? I think it's gonna follow me.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. So I'm gonna do, oh, let me see if you can see. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna do cocoa. Just gonna put it right in, all nice and moist with this fish tank water. I'm gonna do a couple, what do you think is the right mixture, Matt? 50-50?
Ooh.
Less?
You know, I might stack
70,
a little bit heavily on the bottom, the hydrogen personally.
Oh, all right, yeah, take it out. Let's do it how you would do it.
I would
like
probably do, well, it depends, right? If you're planning to bottom water, I might make sure there's cocoa to the bottom, because I've put it where it's been all hydrogen at the bottom and then it can't wick upward if you're bottom watering.
Right, right.
So yeah, maybe we just do a 50-50 all the way through.
I'm down for whatever, but
it's an art and a science, right?
I always
it's an art
love
and a science.
agree with me.
Yeah, I do. You know, we've learned the same.
Now,
lessons.
certainly, we are obviously eyeballing this.
Pick it up, or
oh, sure.
Or I can get a scooper if we want to be precise.
We are obviously eyeballing this, but you could be precise. But I'll show you about what the mix is looking like. And again, the ratio I'm going for is easy drainage, right? Like that's really what I'm after, is hold some moisture, able to wick from the bottom, but also, oh, perfect. Oh, you're the best, thank you. Should have thought of that ahead of time. But also fast draining. Oh yeah, oh my gosh. And similar to the 2-gallon pots, these also have lots of holes on the bottom, so lots of drainage. Don't ever put a Monstera in a pot without drainage. That's a great way to rot the roots. All right, we're right about halfway full.
Nice.
I love it.
Bring it back.
And then now we're gonna do half of our soil. I'm gonna add a little bit more biochar because I have it here and I just love this stuff.
How can I assist?
You wanna pour it around?
Sure.
I'll drop this, actually probably a little layer.
Yeah.
And then I'll pour, and then.
Like it. See in there? Here, let's get this guy on top.
Okay.
What's this, ready? Let's see if this works. Although, you know what? Let's do iPhone.
Oh, these roots are much smaller on this one.
See that? See how this looks.
Oh,
You guys see what we're up to?
That? Oh. Oh, it's 11. Let me go grab that. Hold on, yeah.
Okay, sorry guys.
Yeah.
We are actually opening. So should I pause or?
Oh, no worries. We're just filming a live stream, but come on in. Yeah, no, you're great. What can I help you with? You skin eggs?
Here, should we pause this or yeah?
Yeah. No,
All right,
what,
Megan, do you want me to wait? Should I do it? Why don't I help?
You help. No, you're good. You're good. No, don't swear. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. So I am going to add this potting soil. So we're good to go here.
All right, cool. And you can just switch the obs if that makes like.
Yeah, oh, this is amazing. No, this is working great. I don't know how you got this set up so nicely. So I'm trying to add enough soil on the bottom so that this isn't too low in the pot. I think that's pretty good. I'll make it a little bit higher. Okay. And then we'll add this around the edge. Oh my gosh, just imagine how much room these roots are gonna have to just explode. Oops. Oh, sorry, I put that right in front of you guys. Whoop, the camera lost it because I messed it up. See if I can, hold on you guys, let me move this. There we go. Let me just pump this up. Boop. All right, perfect, okay. Almost done with this. All right. Okay. Dumped a little bit of the soil out, but that's okay. I'll scoop it up. And this, can you imagine when this gets big, how gorgeous this is gonna be? All right, last one. So we're gonna do the same bottom for this one. Let me see if the, oh good, can you, whoop. We're gonna do the same bottom, 5 gallon for this one. And then oh good, and Matt's back. We ran a little bit late, it's after 11, the shop is open, we have customers. Do you wanna just follow me and I'll fill up the other 5 gallon, Matt?
Sure.
Awesome. Oh, here we go.
Sorry. Let's stick with the obs.
All right, we'll do this one professionally. All right, I'm gonna do, we'll do a true 50-50. Okay. Do you wanna say what you're reading?
Mr. P. Sober 30, so informational, so Susan, solid rock.
Oh, yay! Thank you. Okay, 3 of those. And then let's do 3 of these. Let's start with 2. You know what, Matt? I think it might be 2 to 3 parts. Because look, this is 2 parts cocoa. or 3 parts cocoa, 2 parts, can you see, all right? 2 parts hydrogen. And that feels like a lot of leca balls. So actually, I think I'm gonna revise what our actual mixture is. It's 3 parts cocoa to 2 parts. And I think it's possibly 2 because when you fill this up, if it's light and fluffy, that's not a lot, but if I had pushed it down, it would have, you know.
You know, it's funny, I had not spent enough time messing around with this chunky cocoa.
It's good, huh?
I really do like it.
Yeah, I do too.
It's cool. I've been meaning to, and it's like, I have no reason to believe you couldn't just grow plants just directly in this. It's just this mix
it's
of
so
water
chunky.
retention and aeration. The one thing I've noticed, like, you have to be careful with calcium. Magnesium tends to get zapped out in cocoa, so I always supplement. You know, houseplants don't seem to be as susceptible to that, but switch back to the obs.
Yeah, all right, perfect. And then we'll get this going. All right, so our last one is gonna be, do I have it? Oh, I do have some houseplant mix left, and then I have another bag. Let's open this guy up.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, these are gonna look
I
beautiful.
might put some chunky cocoa on tops of plants too. I feel like that'll keep
do it.
tap on stuff.
I'm in.
All right, so we're gonna fill in with this guy?
Yes, can they see? Yeah, I think they can see. This is great.
Sure, let me know.
We're doing it.
Pull the obs closer, or here, let's get this shot.
All right, got it?
Dealing with the whole. Yeah.
All right, so we'll fill in around it. Houseplant mix. And again, this doesn't have any food in it, but the water from the fish tank that the entire bottom is, as well as the water in that we're gonna give it, will have that nitrogen source from the fish waste. So she should be in good shape. Oh my gosh, and like, how gorgeous is this? All right, perfect. Okay, we did it. We've kept you all a little bit later. It's a little bit past 11. So I think we'll go ahead and sign out. We got to do the employee of the week first, which is great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Questions, suggestions, let us know.
Yes, we'll see you next Thursday at 10:30. So if
Maybe
anything,
we start a little earlier next week.
yeah, maybe we do 10.
Let's talk about it.
All right, yeah. We'll see you next Thursday, probably at 10. Feel free to submit any questions or comments to this live stream or to our Instagram or Facebook pages, and we'll be sure to add them to next week's discussion.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.